Hi everyone, and welcome back to our channel, or welcome to our channel if you're new here. In today's video, we'll be showing you how to make this cheese board or a charcuterie board. So basically, we have procured some ingredients together to make a small cheese board. Now, the main difference between a cheese board and a charcuterie board is the fact that a charcuterie board has more meat on it, whereas a cheese board, of course, has more varieties of cheese. So we're gonna call it a mixture of both, but for the purposes of this video, I think I'm gonna call it a cheese board. So you see we have an assortment of cheeses, meats, but mostly a lot of veggies and also fruits. We managed to put a lot on this small plate, and so if you'd like to see how to make this delicious cheese board for the summer, then please keep on watching. Okay, so we're going to start off with our ingredients. Now, all of these ingredients don't require any actual physical cooking. So we're going to start off with cheeses. First, we're starting off with this brand of Brie cheese. We're also using some blue cheese. Now, blue cheese is a bit bitter, so if you're not one for the taste of blue cheese, I would say substitute this out for something different. And this one has to be my favorite. It is cranberry cinnamon goat cheese. If you can get your hands on this, I highly recommend it. The herb and garlic one is also very good. We're also going to use some Havarti cheese, and we're going to cut them up into little cubes just like how they are there, or maybe some longer cubes because we want more of that on there. We really like Havarti. Also, you're going to need something sweet on your board. Now, we found these cute apricot glazed wafers. They were like the last one on the shelf, and they are super delicious. You're also going to need, in general, for any charcuterie or cheese board, you're going to need some crackers. So we got some table water crackers. And we also have here some roasted bell peppers. Now, we use this ingredient, but it's not really one that we would use moving forward. We also have some delicious olives. And some really small cherry tomatoes. These are really great, especially when you can get the assorted different colors. And then we have a choice of fruit, so you can choose any fruit that you'd like. We decided to go with some lychees, some peach, a kiwi, and grapes. And we're going to keep all the grapes on the vine because we think it looks a little bit more aesthetic. We also have these hot pepperoni sticks, and again, these are optional. We didn't end up finding enough room to put this onto our board in the end, but we did have them on the side, and they're super delicious as well. So here we have some of our cold meats. So we have roast beef here, which unfortunately didn't make its way onto the board later on, you'll see. We have some porchetta and some Tuscan chicken. Those two ended up getting onto the board. We have a smaller board, so that's why a lot of the ingredients you're going to see here, some of them made it, some of them did not. We also have an assortment of berries. So you have raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries. And this is the cheese board that we're working with. It's a little bit smaller. If you can get your hands on a bigger one, I'd highly recommend it because you can add a lot more. But yeah, let's get started with arranging this. Okay, so you'll notice this spinach dip in the center while we are arranging this. We did end up taking this out because it was taking a lot more space than we wanted it to. So we're just adding in our goat cheese there, and we decided to leave it whole. It looked kind of cute that way. And then we're adding on the brie as well. You'll see us move things around from time to time, so there are going to be certain cuts where you saw something in one place but now it's in another. That's mainly because you got to play around with it until you get it the way you'd like everything to be placed. So we're also putting down the Havarti cheese. Now, the Havarti we decided to cut into some bigger slices. And we're also adding some little square cubes of marble cheese. So marble cheese, if you guys don't know, is a mixture of cheddar and mozzarella. We had this in the fridge and we thought it would make a nice addition in terms of cheese products to our board. So then we're also adding the cranberry and cinnamon goat cheese. Now, we just sliced this up because it was kind of a cylinder shape, so we just sliced it up as is to place it out on the board. So we started off organizing by cheeses, by fruits, and etc., just to keep things a little bit organized. And we lost a guy there, so we're just going to take that out. We added the full grapes as is because we didn't want to disperse them too much since we have a lot of berries to add in. We're also moving around the lychees. Now, in hindsight, we didn't exactly realize how big lychees are, and we did have a smaller board, so we are going to be moving them around from time to time. Same thing goes with the strawberries, so we're also adding those in as well as the blackberries. And just play around with it. You'll see certain areas that need to be filled up, and you'll have certain small ingredients to push into those spots. Nothing has to be organized or perfect. The whole idea of these boards is that things are kind of a organized mess, if that works out to say. And you'll notice that you see we're layering here where we have the blueberries at the bottom and adding some raspberries on top just to give it a nice pop of color. Because we have a very small amount of space, we wanted to utilize that space as much as possible by layering things on top of each other while simultaneously not overstacking things to where other things are covered. And you'll see that we just got rid of that spinach dip. We thought the olives would be better in that place. We're then also adding in the peaches as well as some of the kiwi, and if you are doing this, I highly recommend getting kiwi. You can get anything you want on the board, but it does give a nice bright color to the board where there's already a lot of reds. We're then adding in our porchetta, as you can see here, and because of the amount of space that we have that's very limited, we just added a few pieces of porchetta and the Tuscan chicken because the beef unfortunately could not make it onto the board. Also, cheese boards are pretty much done to your discretion, but we thought that it made things a lot easier that we put the cheeses and the berries on the board first before going in with the meats and the sweeter items or the more like cracker-like items. I think because they're a lot smaller, you can kind of stick them into different places, as you can see here. And then after that, once you have all of the ingredients that you need on the board, I would say start playing around with things and see where you can move things around to make more room for anything that you may have missed out. As you can see, our pepperonis are there, but we got to move them out because they can also not fit on there, unfortunately. So we also added a lot of these little cherry tomatoes and just put them all over the place. Wherever they fall, let them be. That's the best way to do it because you don't want to just organize them in different areas. You kind of just want them to look very natural, as if someone just threw them onto the board and that's where they land. Also, a quick tip, if you are taking this to like a picnic or a barbecue or something like that, I would highly recommend that if you have time to take all of the ingredients there and to do it on site, because carrying this as is, things can start to topple over. Unless you saran wrap it, you would probably be okay, but it's a lot easier if you are arranging this at the place that you're going to be eating it and enjoying it with all your friends or family. Alright everyone, so that pretty much concludes our DIY cheese board. As you can see, we did fit a lot on this smaller cheese board, and unfortunately though, we did leave out a few things like those really delicious hot pepperoni sticks, the roasted bell peppers, the spinach dip. Unfortunately, those things couldn't make it onto the board, but you'll notice that a lot, especially if you tried making one of these, that even though you buy an abundance of ingredients, not all of them are going to make it onto the board. And everything just kind of falls into place as you are putting things together. And cheese boards like this one tend to take only like 5-10 minutes to put together, especially if you have all of your ingredients prepped beforehand. They're really great for parties, barbecues, especially picnics. I think that is a perfect way to utilize these and share it with a lot of people you're having a picnic with. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to comment down below what you thought of this video and other videos on our channel. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos whenever we upload. I really hope you guys have a fantastic week, and thanks for watching. Bye!